Emily King here. How are you doing? I'm just talking to you today about why I'm going to be doing the Devizes to Westminster. I'm actually at a race today, having paddled a very long way yesterday for some training. So it's probably quite a good time to reflect on why I love endurance paddling and why the Devizes to Westminster is going to be such a good challenge for me. I've been a racer for the last 15 years and have pretty much done most disciplines: whitewater, mid-distance racing, ocean racing. And as I'm just about to turn 50, my endurance probably is at the best it ever has been, but equally I haven't got the same power that I had when I was in my 30s. So putting that together with a personal challenge and being able to see, well, what it is that our country has to offer in terms of places that you perhaps don't get to see if you're doing other things, such as travelling in a car or even on a bike. So yeah, just a personal challenge, the ability to see how I fare in 4 days of competitive paddling, even though it's a challenge. Can't take the racer out of me. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
Well, good morning everyone. It's Saturday the 1st of Feb. We are in a car with a couple of guys from Devizes, Neil and Kev. We met them at Fobney about 7:30. That was after a 5:25 departure from dear old Somerset. We are now heading towards Kintbury, and I'll let Pete explain what we're up to today.
Yeah, so this is the time of the training now where we switch targets and start heading east to look at the course. So today we're doing the first part of the course that we expect to be probably on during night time. Well, Kintbury phase definitely not, but to get meaningful mileage and up to Fobney Bridge, we're starting at Kintbury, but past Aldermaston, depending on our schedule, is likely where we're going to be in darkness, and that bit is a really dark part of the course. So it's good to know it, because there's lots of twisty turns there you can get caught out on. And it's also very swirly with the river conditions at the moment. I mean, Fobney Bridge is impassable.
It is.
Fobney Lock
really
is flowing, so it'd be like it was at the race this year, where you probably have to portage down the left side of the river. So we're only going up to that point. But it's an opportunity to be on swirly river with lots of sides flows coming in, which we haven't experienced too much on the Parrett. So it's a recce. It's also an experience to get in on that part of the course, because that's where we're going to be in darkness. And also, more importantly, every away day we do now, we're going further east down the course until we culminate on our longest paddle, which will terminate at Old Windsor, where, according to our current timings, that's where we expect to be back in daylight again. So we don't really have to worry about knowing the course too well, although I do know the course. Because those that far east, that's like an 18-hour day for us with car shuffles, etc. But that's the price you have to pay to make sure you have a good DW challenge. Interesting conditions with swirly high flow.
Bubbles, follow the bubbles.
Yeah, follow the bubbles. We only had one moment, which is one too many. But great first look at the river for Ian for a long time.
Yeah.
Get all the landmarks on what is a really dark part of the course.
And also crawling under a bridge, which was actually a stupid idea.
Oh yeah, the low bridge after Aldermaston, we went under that.
Note to self, don't go under there, because your buoyancy aid is going to get caught. Yeah. And then when he says, don't go out the middle, it was all too late and I was holding onto the bridge. Yeah. However, we stayed in the boat.
Yeah, it's a bit low, that one.
Yeah, right.
Golden rule number 1, stay in the boat.
Stay in the boat.
Good morning, DWers. It's a sunny but freezing cold morning this morning. Here temperature's 0.5 degree, and today we thought we'd do a bit of experimentation. First of all, with the boat, we've got an Elio Cobra Stability 7 high seats, and today we're trying a Mirage 4 with high seat, low seat combo in the back, because we're just trying some different seats out. This is like the quintessential DW boat. good for sub 20 hours. It's got balance of stability and speed, and this is a nice version, and we've got an option to try it today. So we're going to give it a run out and see how we go in it, because there is an option to buy one. We might swap boats if it goes well. The other thing I'm going to do today is Ian's got pogies on his blades, and I've got palm from paddle mitts. Open paddle there so you can at least feel the paddle when you're paddling, but with a bit of wind protection on the back, to see how well this runs. I've also got my pogies on my blades though, just in case these don't really work for me. So we'll see how they go as well. So a bit of kit experimentation today, boat and hand protection on a lovely, sunny, crisp, cold morning.
It certainly is crisp.
Yeah, 15 miles later, we'll let you know how it went. Brilliant.
Morning, it's a beautiful sunny morning. It's going to be a great day. I'm heading off with my family to paddle the Brecon Canal as part of my training for the DW this year. My family are the crew. Say hi guys. They're going to be my crew on DW as well. And we're actually leaving the sunny seaside of Swansea to go do some canal training. So we'll catch you on the water in a bit. So I'm going backwards. I'm about an hour into my paddle, and it's a beautiful place to stop. I don't know, as I swing around you might be able to see the majestic mountain Penavan in the Brecon beacons behind me. And I just thought it was a really good place to stop and reflect on why it is that I paddleboard. It's quite a long story really, but to cut a story short, it's actually for mental health, and it helped me recover from a serious injury and mental health issues that were caused by that through an accident. So it's a place where I get to go and work out all my problems, or de-stress, decompobulate is probably a good word. And I love paddling because it's that whole blue space, green space thing, and it's just time on the water where nothing else can really affect me. And clarity comes in my thought as well. So I use it a lot as de-stress, to sort my mind out, but also to just resolve problems and the positive sides of things as well, to feel happy, to feel like I'm achieving every day, and that I'm connected with nature. And actually today is a really perfect day for that, because we're already seeing signs of spring with the buds. I've seen some snowdrops. Yeah, it's a really privileged place to come, actually, the Brecon Beacons. So what am I learning so far? Never be fooled by a canal. There's its own issues and own hard work to be worked through when you're paddling under the bridges, especially if you've got a headwind. That wind can funnel towards you. You never know what you're going to find in the water as well, so always being conscientious of those embedded hazards that perhaps when my mind's wandering I'm not so sure of. So it's being half present and half away with the fairies. I'm really enjoying it today. Good to get out and have a training paddle and familiarise myself with the sort of problems that I'll be hitting on the Devices to Westminster. But looking forward to finding the boys maybe in about half an hour to an hour, and hopefully they'll be waiting for me on a bridge with a cup of tea in hand. We'll have another chat when we get up there.
As I'm a pretty new paddler, I haven't got tons of kit like everybody else has. And so thinking ahead of some dry, warm clothing in case we have any mishaps or it is a wet overnight DW. Today, it's a cold day today. It's only about 5 degrees. So I'm going to try out some of my cycling kit and running kit to see how that works out. So I've got here my cycling jacket. It's waterproof and it's lightweight. It is taped at the cuffs, so hopefully that will prevent any water coming down. So I will try that on, and I'll use that in conjunction with a running top, long sleeve running top. Now I've used this in the past when I've been paddling with a couple of other things, and it will keep you warm. It does have a wind stopper fabric on the inside, so you do build up the heat quite quickly in that. And then the other thing I'm going to try out today, because it is cold, is a waterproof, so it's an old sealskin beanie. So waterproof. See how warm it is. It's fluorescent, which will be good on the Thames, because we have to wear fluorescent beanies on the Thames at night this year as part of the rules. So I'll give all this lot a go. Nice and bright, as you can see. What else? Obviously, it's like like the Peak Smock. It's got a few additional pockets as well, which is quite useful. Carry your dog poo bags should you need any. Emergency stop on the side of the Thames, you never know. Yeah, so we'll give that a go today, and see if I'm still warm or just a gibbering wreck at the end of it. Post paddle, we did 15 miles today on the river. Really good. It was flowing quite hard, so it was hard work upstream, and we kept that pressure on when we come back downstream. So it was a very good workout. So as you can see, Pete is now swapping the low seat back to the high seat because we've returned the boat to its rightful owner. Pete, what do you reckon today?
30 Mirages. I always like Mirages. Brilliant boats. Really, really good. It was swirly conditions on the really tight bends in the river, and that little chine you've got at the back there gives you secondary stability. So we had a really good paddle in this, but the seats are slightly different to the ones we've got. So we've both got sort of like niggles in places that we never had before that we'll have to paddle a bit more. What I will say though is it was freezing on the hands this morning. I had palm descenders on with the palmless mittens, and I've got blisters on my fingers there, just at the bottom of the 2 middle fingers. So I'll either have to trim them or use them a lot more to get calluses there, or not use them at all and just stick with pogies. But my hands were lovely and warm despite it being freezing. So they do really work well. Only time will tell whether or not I'm going to trim it or persevere with just pogies if it stays cold. Other than that, successful paddle, Mirage 4, brilliant boat.
Yeah, I'll echo what Pete said. I had pogies on today, as we said at the start. Mine had got sort of silver lining in them, and they're absolutely fantastic because when the sun was out, which it did come out today, and you can see it over there, it was really warm, but it disappeared behind a cloud, and that was cold. But we kept warm because, as I said, we were working hard today, and we kept it through the whole length of the paddle. It was great. The only downside was when we got to the cafe, it was been full of cyclists and they'd eaten all the food. So we ended up going to Tesco. But hey ho, here we go.
Hi, special guest appearance from me. I'm down here on the River Parrett, about to get on and try and meet up with Pete and Ian, who are out on the water somewhere. They're banging out quite a few miles today, so I said I would join them for the second half, take some video, get it onto the vlog if it's any use, and hopefully they can also use it for some technique analysis. The water's pretty low. We've not had much rain here for a few weeks. I'll just show you where we have to get in on that mud bank there. I can see they've been there, there's footprints. So I'm going to get on and hopefully meet up with them at some point.
Hi, so it's the day after my big paddle on the Canal yesterday, and today I'm here in beautiful Reading on a big reservoir, and we are going to be doing a fun 12k race around buoys. So we'll probably do 4 3k laps, which is really exciting, and normally I'd go hell for leather, but having paddled the Brecon Canal yesterday, I think it'll be a slow and steady, but part of that is for me to endurance train through the fatigue that comes from yesterday's paddle, and get out there again and give it a go today. Slightly different skill set. We've got a little bit more wind on the water, and we're also looking at lots of buoy turns, probably about 4 or 5 buoy turns, so I might have a little swim. The wind's blowing, you can see there's a bit of fetch on the water, but it's only gentle, sun shining. Feeling a bit stiff, so going to go for a warm-up paddle. Nutrition was good today, looking at lots of grains and beans. I'm actually a vegetarian, so plant power all the way. Yeah, go and get changed. See you on the water. Another day, another paddle. Weekend 2 of training. What did I do yesterday? I did about 2.5 hours yesterday on the ocean, which was lovely. But there was wind and quite a lot of tops. So today is back on the canal and 5 hours. So yeah, it's cold. It's about 4 degrees. So I'm wrapped up like Michelin woman again. I've got the crew, Albert, Robbie and hubby again. So we're back at Brecon base and training's going well. We did some sessions in the week. The running's good and the workouts are good. Just trying to fit the recovery time in as well. But sort of on the countdown now, feeling good. Getting to grips with the fueling as well and hydration. Just could do with about 20 more hours sleep, but that's having family life and a full-time job. So today on the 5 hours, I'll be dialing the paddle stroke a bit more, just trying to think about that straightness and efficiency. And footwear, yes, footwear is very important. So I've got boots on and dry trousers, but that might have to change if it gets hot. So when it warms up, I'll try some wetsuit boots as well. Lots to think about, but loving every minute of it. So yeah, we'll catch you on the water and I'll give you some feedback on the way around.